Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I truly appreciate it, and I feel like the luckiest man on earth. I'm standing in front of a collection of books under a roof that I had fully expected to lose. Hurricane Milton came on through, rampaging like a roaring rampage of revenge. Mother Nature's out to get us. And my home was spared. I don't know why, but I'll take it. I am thankful, humble, and very appreciative that I've got a place to live, let alone a collection of books that's still there. So with that being said, I got a box in the mailbox. The friendly neighborhood mail lady did indeed, just like Mother Nature, hooked a brother up, protected me, protected my book that come in the mail. And this one comes directly from Earthling Publications. It's a book called Family by an author that I have come to know and love. I've already done a review of the book Family. I've got an advanced reader copy that Paul Miller at Earthling Publications was nice enough to send me. I read Family and I loved it. And I did a review on this channel. Check it out. I also did a review and an unboxing of a book called Gray, a novella from Ian Rogers, which I also did love on the channel. Check it out. But this is that signed, numbered, limited edition Halloween series book that I ordered initially. I ordered it on a whim, not knowing anything about Ian Rogers, just having a little bit of faith in a guy by the name of Paul Miller. He's hooked me up with 3 in a row now. Philip Fracassi's Boys in the Valley. What was the other one? Marla from Jonathan Jans, and Midas from Tyler Jones. The last 3 Halloween series books, I bought all 3 of the limited editions, kind of holding out hope, and I loved them all. And so Family was the 4th. I put some stock in what Paul Miller had to say, read Family, and I loved the book. And now I've got a new author that I really do dig, Ian Rogers. Like, I'm 2 for 2 so far, and I've got more coming. More stuff en route. In fact, I've got something here, Super Noir to roll, which I also need to read. And I've got another one that he's got coming out. It's called Sycamore. I pre-ordered that through Cemetery Dance, so it's coming. Lots of stuff to read. But let's stop doing, and without any more, let's open this thing up and see what Earthling Publications has done with Family. I've seen the art. I've got the art. Now, art, in as far as Earthling goes, is essentially a trade softcover version of the hardcover book that's coming out. And they'll make that paperback book. It's got the same picture on the cover. And they'll, making a mess. And they'll send it out, in this case, to somebody like me, but to others, so they can get a chance to read the book early, maybe review it, what have you. And that's exactly what I did. But you see how Earthling packs their books. You got a nice, tight, rigid box full of popcorn, packing peanuts. They don't taste good. I do like peanuts. And then a bubble envelope. So it's enveloped in a bubble envelope. And let's see what we got. So this is number 19 in the Halloween series. So I've got 16, 17, and 18, and now 19. So I can count. I can count up to 4, 5 if you count the thumb. But here it is. This is the dust jacket artwork on the front of Family. And reading through this book, occasionally I'd look back at the cover and I'd start picking out some of the imagery included. And it's all there. In one way or another, it's all there. Maybe different than you pictured it, but it's there. It's cool. I love it when a cover helps to tell the story in some subtle way, or sometimes so unsubtle way. And the artwork is Chris Nurse, and we see the dust jacket illustration there. Let me take this off and show you what the production looks like. So we have a cloth-bound book, quality stuff with hot foil stamping on the spine. There you can see it if I get enough contrast in there. And it's good stuff. And look at here, Smith's own binding. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, But you can see that, man, so good. So good. A high quality book that will last and last. And I love the end papers. You talk about Halloween. Nothing speaks Halloween more than Halloween orange. I love it. I dig it, man. I dig it the most. And it's, I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit of a marbled, there you go. You can see that. There you go. It looks so cool. Looks so cool. Now, the first thing I like to do is I like to see my signature page. Signed is better. Limited is better. And here we go. There is our illustrated limitation page. Mine is copy number 184 out of 500 copies. Signed by Ian Rogers. So far, all of my Halloween series books, this is only the fourth one out of 19 that I have. But what are you going to say? I wasn't there in the beginning, and I haven't gone back and tried to buy up all of the other stuff to put together a massive collection. Sometimes I do stuff like that, but I haven't done it here. Anyway, I bought the last 4 in a row, and guess what? 20 comes out. I can afford it, whatever. Things ain't disastrous. Who knows? I have the opportunity. I'll take it. I'll get number 20, no matter who that is. I've got faith. But that was our signature page. Let's look and see what else is in here, because I haven't the foggiest idea. Now, family, I've done a review on it, so I'm not going to go in depth here. But it is a haunted house story, and I love haunted house stories. And you can see there our paper color. It's a little bit creamy, and that text size should be good enough for the tired eyes. But it is a haunted house story at its core. That doesn't define the story. I mean, it's more than that. Like most stories are, they're more than just the box you put them in. But this is a haunted house story, and I love haunted house stories. Now, I've found, being a lover of haunted house stories, I'm often not fully satisfied by them in general. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I expect, but I end up many times not being completely fulfilled by haunted house stories in general. And this is something more. There's more to it than that. And I think that some of the facts that makes it different than the traditional haunted house story is cool. But for me, it's more the family involved. I like that the family is not stereotypical. I like that the people in the family and their roles within the family are not etched in stone. This is what a father should be. This is what a mother should be. This is what a son is. This is what a daughter is. I like that. They're not the stereotypes. But I also like that they're all flawed. Maybe one character out of the 4 really, they're all flawed in their own way. They've got their own issue, their own handicap, their own problem, their own failures. So they've all got that stuff. And the family does not coexist perfectly as a unit. Does your family coexist perfectly as a unit? Mine does not. I love my wife. I love my kids. Hopefully they love me. But we're not a perfect unit. Things don't always go the way they're supposed to go between us, with us. And so there are issues. There are issues, I'm assuming, in every family. No matter what you like to portray on social media. I believe there are issues in every family, and this family is no different. But what I really like about this family is, in the end, they do come together. They do stand up. They do hulk up. They do make a comeback. They do fight for themselves and for each other. And that's, to me, that part in the book is what really makes it. There's a lot of books out there that go along pretty well, and then they fizzle out, or they blow it at the end. This book goes along well, and then at the end, they make that comeback. They make that stand. They hulk up like Hulk Hogan in a wrestling match, and they make the comeback, and they fight for it. And I think that's what kind of puts it over the hump as being absolutely fabulous book. So I've rated it a 5-star book, and I think that's the thing that makes it. Sticking the finish with a monster comeback. Literally, maybe, or figuratively. You be the judge. But I really love this book. Let me look through here and show you some more of the interior illustrations. In the ARC, there were none. So I wasn't sure what to expect. if there was any artwork inside this book, and guess what? There is. So I paid for this book. It was $70. That includes shipping and everything. Delivered to Central Florida. I'm sure it would cost more to get it shipped outside the United States. But $70 for this book. Now, there are publishers out there that sell books that are not this good, that don't have these kinds of features, and are not built to this standard for more. There are publishers out there that sell books like this for twice or more what Earthling Publications is selling this book for. So that's one of the things. I'm loyal to Earthling. I love them because they give you value, they give you great quality, they give you great authors and stories, and they give you good stuff. He's not cutting the corners on costs. He's making the books the way they ought to be made. He's not giving you glued bindings and jacking the price up even higher and stuff like that. Now, at the end of the day, I want my people to make money. But I also feel like I also want to feel like when I'm throwing business at my people, not my people, but the people that I am loyal to, that I love, that I like, that I dig, when I'm throwing money at them, I want to feel like I'm always getting what I paid for. At least what I paid for. And there are publishers out there that I don't get that feeling from. Earthling is not them. When I get an Earthling book, I feel like, man, I got one over. I feel like I got a good deal, a steal, a sale of the century. I feel like I got a good deal every time from Earthling Publications. I get more than my money's worth, and those are the good ones. Those are the ones that you love, that I love. The ones that give me the value for the money that I pay and the time. I mean, some of these publishers, you might buy a book and wait a year or two, or in one case of a publisher, maybe 10. Not with Earthling, at least that's never happened to me with Earthling. Typically, I'm getting the books in less than a year. These Halloween series books, I don't remember exactly, but less than 6 months, maybe less than 4. I can't remember exactly when I pre-ordered this book. I pre-ordered it on day 1, but here it is, October, and it's in the house. So Earthling Publications, Paul Miller, one of the great ones. One of the great ones as a business person, one of the great ones as a person. And I really love the fact that he's doing business with people like Ian Rogers, people like Philip Fracassi and Tyler Jones and Jonathan Jans, and the list goes on, but those are the ones that I've read of his. Michael Marshall Smith is another one that I've read. That was a good collection of stories that I read from Earthling Publications. A really good collection of stories. So anyway, great stuff here from a great publisher and a great author. Ian Rogers is a great author. I've read 2 of his things, so I guess, should I call somebody great when I read 2 great stories from him? Maybe. I don't know. 2 for 2. There's some great authors out there who I'm not 2 for 2 from. I wasn't 2 for 2 from Stephen King. First thing I ever read of his, I was disappointed. So that's how that goes. Anyway, I can think of No More Lies to Tell. Family is in. I recommend you go get you one. I'm sure there's still some left at Earthling Publications. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can easily just mesh the little link there and make an order. But money's worth, big time. Story, great. I strongly recommend. I vouch for Ian Rogers. I vouch for Paul Miller, Earthling Publications. Win-win, and a great book in the house. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. I appreciate a lot of things right now. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo.